Hello everybody, Zeidoktor here, and this episode of Typical Manga Review is going to be dedicated to My Hero Academia, Chapter 138, Go! It's 8 a.m., the day of the plan, and everybody's gathered in front of the police station. We're getting just a quick rundown of what Night Eye has learned, and it's basically that they've got a direct route from the door to Eri. They know exactly where to go, but because he only ever went from one place to the other, they don't have a clear idea of anything else. So they know the place is a maze, they know the path they want, but if they get lost, they are in big trouble. Still, for what they want, that's the most useful information they could get. And I want everybody accounted for as soon as possible when the action starts, so that they have as little time as possible to conceal themselves. While all this is going on, the students are getting ready and eager to go. Tsuyu is noticing that all the detective work and cooperating side by side with the police, it's nothing but stuff she's familiar with. Nejire agrees, like, I totally get it, it's like so out there. Even Ryuko, a vet, notes that they don't go into the detail about this kind of thing in school, so it really tripped her up in her rookie days. The hero behind them was like, yep, me too. Deku notes that Gran Torino is missing, but apparently he was not able to come because there's something kicking up with the League of Villains, which he and Chikowski are handling. Now, Chikowski, it sounds like an actual buddy cop name in English. It actually does. Anyway, Gran Torino seemed to be upset about it, but we got enough hands on deck already. Shouldn't be a problem. Eraserhead comes up to Deku. He's like, he double checks that Deku understands why he's moving out with the Nightlight group, right? And he agrees, which apparently is because to keep an eye on him. The lead cop is like, there's no helping if things get a little rough out there, but if you see even the slightest hint of suspicious behavior or resistance, deal with it right away. We see Night Eye with his sidekicks, Fat Gum giving Sun Eater some swordfish, and Riku and her group. Our opponents are Yakuza types who, at the very least, survived long enough to see this day. So I want every one of you fulfilling your roles to the utmost, without letting your guards down for a single second. Now, move out! And at the office building where the Hasaikai are residing, Overhaul is visiting an old man in a sick bed. Like, sorry, boss man, it'll probably get kind of loud in here. By 8:30, everybody's assembled outside. Mission start. The cop tells them, like, the moment I'm finished reading the warrant, that's your cue to gallop in, so please be quick about it. But Lockenlobe's like, keeps saying the same thing. What, doesn't he trust us? Apparently his name's something like either, depending on how they do the R and L thing, it's going to be either translation says Lock Rock, but it could be Rock Rock, or Lock or Rock Lock. So we have a few different possibilities there for us. I'm going to keep calling him Lockenlobe until Monday when I see the English one. Probably still going to call him even after that. And Falcon's like, don't take it that. You don't mean it like that. Yakuza types are the types who've been living in the shadows all the time. When they see heroes or coppers, they huddle together into a ball like you wouldn't expect. And then he's immediately proven wrong when a big honker of a guy just crashes through the door screaming, "What do you want?" Just juggernauts his way through started. His early morning exercise basically juggernaut his way through the police crowd. Eraserhead and Deku save some cops that are sent flying. This is making problematic because they're realizing that this means like somehow they got caught wind of what's going on. Like, whatever, people, just pin him down. Ryuko calls everybody to get back and turns into a mother effing dragon. She's just like, she's bigger than the guy and just catches his arm in her claws. I mean, seriously, not even a maid. The Ryuko group will deal with this one. Everyone else, go ahead. Everybody else charges in. Nejire tells Uraka that they'll provide support. In fact, was like, don't know what's going on here, but get in there, go! Kirishima calls out to Tsuyu and Uraka to give it everything they've got. We get some low lights like, hey, who the hell are you guys? You guys just waltz in here. We're heroes and police. We have a search warrant, etc. Like they're basically making an announcement like, we got a search warrant and we're coming in. And then one guy starts attacking with bonsai trees with leaf manipulation. But he's taken out pretty quickly. Lock and Open like knows that even not counting the big guy, like nobody's scared, nobody's worried, which is strange. They're making a beeline for the. Fredcom declares that they need to make a beeline for the objective. And we're getting Overhaul's getting an update from I think Chronostasis, but a whole crowd of them are running in the same direction at top speed, meaning they know where to go. They probably know about here too. They'll see through it all in no time, so if they find us, it's curtains. And Overhaul thinks this. I imagine this would happen eventually, but not this quickly. There's no way we can let them sniff me out now. Here's how we'll play it. I was never here. They went on a rampage of their own accord. They're the pawns I raised for that very purpose. And we get some notes here, like from Chronostasis apparently thinking, like, when he chooses someone to keep at his side, he makes them wear a mask. For being at his side means they are to do some dirty work. He makes them wear masks because he doesn't want to breathe the same air as those who so defiled. It is proof, not some bond of trust. Not of some bond of trust, but the mark of a pawn. The cleansing salvo. And we see our 8 guys here that apparently are the same group that attacked with Shigaraki. Like, those boys will buy us time. Meanwhile, we'll haul everything away to hide. That includes Eri. And we see our 8 guys here. What I guess is the 8-fold and 8-fold cleansers, because there's actually a translator note on Jaimini's box after this. Manga Stream calls them the 8 expendables, which is about the same thing. But Jaimini's box makes note that there's the Yakuza slaying going on here. In this case, being referred to as bullets means that they're pretty much slated to be sacrificial pawns. They are there to go out, get their asses kicked, and buy everyone else time to get away. So, like bullets, they'll take out their target, but they won't be coming back. And their translation notes that the cleansing salvo goes by their name for the group, 8-fold cleansers. So it's salvo bullets, cleansing salvo, 8-fold cleansers. There you go. Anyway, that is where the chapter ends. And as you imagine by this being kind of quick, this was a very actiony chapter. So I'm probably going to be focusing more on the art like I have before. But this action chapter, I'm going to try and focus as much on the art as anything. So I'm going to kind of give things a quick little rerun through here. I like the fact that Eraserhead seems to be implying that he's sticking with Deku because he knows he can't trust him. We get a nice little slugs of all the heroes. Like I said, the highlight art-wise has got to be Dragon Form Ryuku. Well, actually, no. Number one is probably going to be the Biggin crashing out the door, juggernauting his way through the hero crowd right at the beginning. Then we have Dragon Ryuku. There's a question of the old man in the bed. I think he's probably like the big boss of the team, like the top dog. The number one guy that's in the possibly like Overhaul's predecessor, if not parent. And we also get some little character design things with the cleansing salvo guys here, the 8 expendables. We have one with a scarecrow mask, one with like a little bug eye mask. One that looks like a bird monster with the plague mask he's got on. One just wearing like a little surgical sick mask that are common in Japan. Definitely going to be an interesting crowd. Like I said, there's not a lot story-wise going with this chapter. A lot of narration. I skipped a lot of narration at the beginning because it's just like recapping stuff we already know with the arrangement of the plans and things like that. So what we have now is basically the scenario of what happens next. Like we're probably gonna get into fight theory territory at this point. So they know exactly where to go to get to Eri. So the question becomes, will they get to her in time? Because the whole thing is like these guys are there explicitly to stall, no matter what the cost to themselves. Which means they have a lot of power to stymie our heroes. course, it occurs to me that this is probably going to be where Lemillion comes into play. Because after all, these things aren't going to bother him. So he has the best chance of getting to Eri and recovering her, but then he has to find his way back, because I don't think he can make her phase with him. And even if he could, that might be a bit scary for a kid who has no idea to expect it. So with that, like I said, there's no One Piece or anything this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to have anything to foil out the blank this time around or have anything ready in time, but at the very least we'll have this one out. And I've been talking to a friend. Maybe we'll get a new co-host to kind of go along with me here. A new co-host to kind of join me on these, at least because I gotten him into One Piece. He's burning through the anime currently at about the C train, and he's been following My Hero Academia off and on the anime. So, hey, we might once again become a two-man outfit here. Not sure what's going to be going on with that just yet, so might talk to him later about that. Maybe bring something for next weekend, see what we do. Until then, though, you have a good time, and bye-bye.